Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day, begin your week, begin wherever you're catching in time. This is the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for December 13th, 2021. Also being timeless, so wherever you're catching it in time, it might be really relevant or horribly irrelevant. I'm not quite sure, so let's see what's going on. It's general collective. Never force this to fit your life. But if it makes sense, I hope that it's a good message. If it doesn't, I hope you got a good show out of it. And, well, if you have questions about services, pricing, discounts, time zones, all those details, reach out in the provided email address or find me on the social platforms. Send me a DM, see what might be right for you. First and foremost, you got to be true to yourself. Awesome. I agree. What about it? Yeah, it's time that you go into something new. It's time that you go into a new routine in your life, a new passage in life. You're trying to find yourself, but the only way that you are going to find your true authentic self and where you are right now is stop doing things that don't feel like it goes along with you. It's not giving up because something is difficult or challenging. It's giving up on something that just really doesn't sit well with you, that isn't part of you. So you could be doing the same thing for God knows how long, years, decades even, and suddenly one day you wake up and you do it because it's a habit, but it lost that certain something about it. And that's really what I'm seeing that you need to be true to yourself and let yourself move on from. What is it involving? You're stronger than you know, windfall, and then a new career. Seeking and finding, I think that it's you actually changing and altering your path in life. I think that you've been doing the same thing for a very long time. But now it's telling you that, all right, activate the change. Activate your change in life. Hang on one second. Yes, sweetie? I'm actually recording right now. Do you want to say hi to the camera?
Yeah.
All right. Come in quick, sweet pea. Here comes Mikey. All right, honey, come say hi. Ooh, there's a new relationship that is coming into fruition. Hey.
Hello.
What you doing, baby?
I was playing.
Oh yeah, what are you playing?
I was watching.
What are you watching?
I was watching IGTV.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to be done recording in about 17 minutes, so afterwards I'll let you know that you can come in.
Okay.
Give me love. I love you so much. Hey, whoop, 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 whoop. That's incense. You don't do that.
Okay.
Watching you.
Love you.
I love you. Love you to the moon and back. Bye, baby. Bye. Bye.
Danke, no.
No, honey. All right. Yeah, this is actually in your best interest to move on with this because I see a relationship dynamic that is coming into play and it's giving you a real true check of yourself. Also, the motivation, your whole reason and way of living is actually, it's been changing for quite some time. I don't know how you can look back just where you are right now and pinpoint exactly where the changing point was because I feel like this was slow and gradual through time. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And I mean that in the best possible sense. So you are really doing a lot of work and healing from your past, the past pain, the past traumas, past hang-ups. This is what I'm looking at right now. Very emotional time for you. You're ready for the new. This is what came out even beforehand. So this is how we started off the reading. Your life is going through a major expansion, major adaptation, just major overhaul on everything. You might be having a complete overhaul in, well, just, God, I want to say your entirety as life. So many of you are changing jobs, changing gears, changing relationship, changing gears within a relationship. There's a new dynamic that's coming into play where some of you are going to realize how different you and your partnerships are and the people that you've become. And now you need to start magnifying and actualizing that change in your waking life together. As we go and evolve through time, our relationships are going to change just as much as we do. Our gifts, our talents are going to change and evolve just as we do. So these are all things that are coming in to actually be released and released into the change. So some of you, I know that the agitation is there, but what I'm seeing right here is it's time that you actually embrace it. It's so important that you embrace this new aspect of yourself, the new relationships, the new ways that you interact with people, the why behind it. Listen, we all have people around us, whether it's from our childhood, whether it's from our 20s, our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. We can have these people in our life for a very long time, but the way that we interact is going to change. Why do you still communicate with the people that you do? What about it is still something that is compatible and that is mutually nurturing for all the parties involved? And it's also to bring into this idea of, why do you keep these relationships? Why do you keep certain people around? Is this a sense of loyalty, even though you guys have outgrown each other? Or is this a sense of codependency where you're afraid of what it would mean if you didn't have each other? So for some of you, you will be walking into incredibly new phases of relationships that is going to be unreal with, well, I mean, it's very real, but incredible with the new dynamic. And some of you, the relationship that is new, that is coming into play, is going to be part of your new persona. Not that the old persona wasn't real. It was very real, but its time is done and you can let it go. The persona that you are becoming now, the relationship dynamics that are coming into play are going to be a lot more productive and mutually fulfilling. So let's see. Keep the faith, grief, work moving, healing from the past, and self-care. I want you to give yourself grace. Now, why do I want you to give yourself grace? Because in this transition, there can be a lot of feelings that come up. I have a feeling that not only is there agitation, but it feels like guilt might be part of it. Guilt, why are we moving on? Why can't I bring this with me? Why can't this come with me? Because it has its own journey to go on. And some people's lives even finish that chapter all on their own, and they have to let you go. See, it's wonderful that you are here, but then other people have their own life where they're the protagonist and they can't take you with them. A lot of you are going into separation from past people in your life, and it's not just you, it's them too. It's important that there is a separation. You have growing to do, and so does these parties, these people. But also for some of you, the new relationships that are coming into play, it is going to require that you do move on from the past, which I don't feel like is malicious, but I do see that you still need to mourn what was and appreciate what will be. The more that you are giving yourself some grace with this, the more that you are going to be able to be compassionate with yourself, be compassionate towards the situation, and really heal. If you are gentle with yourself, if you're not going to punish yourself, if you're not going to berate yourself with guilt, if you can see how much you've changed and why this is so necessary, that gentleness that you bestow upon yourself is going to allow yourself to actually be completely transparent with, of all people in the world, yourself. And what I'm seeing here is that, I think, is the best self-care. To acknowledge the change and to allow yourself to mourn and allow yourself the grace to move on. So what are we looking at with this? Nope, I want this over here. Let's see. The magical messages from the fairies. So what does this want to tell you? Yeah, I'm definitely feeling low in the vibration and tired in the vibration, and it's definitely apparent in the video, but I'm still here, still showing up, giving it my all, and I love and appreciate every single one of you who shows up as well. So we have a pregnancy. Some of you, congratulations, and others, congratulations on pregnancy and a new path. So this actually feels like, if it's not a pregnancy, because not everybody's getting pregnant, wouldn't you know? Then you are starting a new project, which in turn is going to be your baby. And huge blessings are coming into the world with this. So the blessings that are coming your way is because in this grieving, in this closure, all the debt has been paid off. And I feel like there's a sense of emptiness around it, which is not bad. It actually feels like it's probably good with this, because what I'm seeing here is there needs to be something that fills that void. Yes, it always comes from you. However, what's coming in to fill the void is forgiveness, spiritual lessons. This is how I'm doing it right now. Marriage, daughter. All right. A lot of spiritual lessons. So how can you release old anger and resentment and create that space for the new lessons? You will find that your wishes will come true. What do you really want? What do you want to happen? Who do you want? What I'm seeing here is you want healing. Teach others about healing. Show others how to heal and heal this. I think it's more important for you to show yourself that you can heal and that you're not far gone, that you're not over damaged. And I think that you really need to see yourself in a new perspective. So what I see here is even a little sense of gentleness with yourself is going to go a long way. So there is wedded bliss in this marriage. Whatever this is, I feel like this is a commitment that is going to bring about that committed bliss to yourself, and it feels like it is fully moving through your body. I feel like there is, in the space of that void, it feels like there is a committed bliss into allowing yourself to be moved, to allowing yourself to make life-changing choices. And I think for some of you, this might involve travel. For some of you, this might involve an actual commitment. But so we're going to look into, where is it? All right. I want you to actually hear what the daughter says. All right, Dodier, where are you? All right, here, yeah, it's the D. I can spell, I can. Done it for days. Just where the heck is the daughter? Okay, so let's see. I don't think that it's an actual daughter. I think that it's one of the sub-messages with this. So this card signifies a female who's younger than yourself. Most likely your daughter is a pivotal answer to your question. She is intuitive. She knows how to help you, no matter how young she is. Spend extra time with your daughter to strengthen your bond. This might be a metaphorical daughter for some of you. And open your heart to the profound love between parent and child. As a relationship with your daughter fills your heart, your entire life benefits, but some additional meanings for this. A person who is like a daughter that needs your attention right now. An unborn baby girl sending you love. A female from heaven is watching over you like an angel. Focus on healing a parent-daughter relationship and allowing your inner child to play and enjoy himself or herself. Any worry about a daughter, give any worry about a daughter to heaven who's watching over her. You'll receive a message from your parents if you are female. So what I'm feeling for you in this is, I do feel like part of your inner child is coming out, and it is that beautiful little compassionate, that little gentle feminine energy that is coming out to play. And I think that you are really going along and following with that aspect of your heart, and that this is going to send you on a new adventure. You kind of have to look at this life and the situation as an adventure. And this is going to yield a lot of positive changes that are going to be happening in your life. It's like the bees that are going towards the honey. It is going to get a lot more busy and a lot more productive I mean, you know, the phrase a busy bee, that's pretty much what you can anticipate moving forward. So let's look at this, the sweetness. The sweetness of what? The sweetness of the life changes. So we have what just came out? Triumph and emotions. I want mother. Forgiveness, and then we have love, sleep. You're going to be probably getting messages in your sleep about some lessons, and it's really time that you reflect on that. Whatever the message is, it's time I want you to sit down and reflect on it. Some of you may be reconciling with somebody who has a huge age gap in your life, or maybe not huge, maybe it's just kind of large. But anyway, there might be a relationship that is coming into play that has an age gap that needs some form of forgiveness and reconciliation, which is absolutely fine. It looks like there's a lot of emotional healing that is going to be going through that emotional contact, that emotional upheaval even, but it seems to be very cathartic. The forgiveness that's coming in is going to allow part of your soul to rest, and it is going to provide you with a lot of life lessons. You know, you can say that you forgive enough, but to feel the action of forgiveness, I think is going to be something that really frees your soul from bitter aspects. Yes, I have a lot of cards in front of me. Yes, this sometimes happens. So what are we seeing here? This is really in your best interest, and it's mastering your feelings and your emotions and your emotional state and the direction of your life. And I am feeling a huge source of unconditional love that is coming through here. Some of you do need to make contact with whoever the mother figure is in your life. I don't care if it's male or female, or if it's an actual biological or non-biological. It doesn't matter. All I'm seeing is contact that is going to be made, and also unconditional love that is going to be healing towards you. So the sleep part is getting all of that anxiety and that overwhelm off of you. I feel like that has been something that has been building. And now we're going to get some messages from Rider-Waite. This is going to also be something that benefits the choices in your life, emotional fulfilling choices that is going to give you even more information and insight that is going to actually find you at a balance of action and compassion in this. I think that you have a really strong, firm grip on your reaction to things with this. And then we have this, where it's not about giving in and seeing it as some sort of failure. I think that it's a point of not letting things go unsaid. I think that that's very important for you. And let's see, what else? The Fool is coming out in reverse. So I think that this is pointing to not doing anything impulsively, not reacting impulsively, not putting yourself in any sort of danger. I think that Spirit is telling you that you are not putting yourself in any sort of danger. So let's see, what is this here? Believe it or not, the very thing that you don't want to do as far as forgiveness goes is the very thing that you need to do in order for you to be able to expand the way that you want to and love the way that you want to. For some of you, this is actually sticking up for yourself, to forgive the wrong that has been done to you in your life. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be buddy-buddy with whatever this energy is, but to free yourself of it and to actually forgive is a way of you standing up for yourself. And it's also a way of you showing respect for yourself and showing others that even though you have gone through things in your life, it did not break you, it did not ruin you, and that you are more than able to recover. And this is going to feed into every important relationship in your life. And also, it's the most important relationship you can have with yourself. Now, I've been seeing this a lot recently. So what I have been seeing is, I just lost my train of thought. Spirit is keeping that thought process safe from something. Okay, so wait a minute. What I've been seeing a lot of with that whole forgiveness feel is, God, what was it? I literally just had this in my head because I've been seeing it everywhere, and now I'm drawing a blank on it. Okay. that forgiveness that people have been extending towards others, it actually has been freeing and allowing for relationships to become even more in depth and more enriched. And this has also been showing you how you have kept yourself guarded with intimate relationships in your life. It has been a hurdle, and it's also been projecting on to the people who matter most to you. And I do feel like there is something that needs to come to an end, and I think that it's maybe the quiet, maybe it is the void, maybe it is the closure that needs to come to an end. This has been something that has been causing you a lot of pain, and it's something that has been dominating your thoughts. It's the elephant that has been going, the elephant that's been in the room. So what I see here is some deep soul bonding connection, and we have, okay, so the sticking up for yourself. Hang on. I'm going to have to pause this for a minute. Hang on. That took way longer than I'm willing to admit. That was so overwhelming. Like I had to sit there and really think about it because the message had gotten lost. And that inability to forgive or move on from the past or really hold it against everybody has really infused all the actions in your life. It has also infused into your relationships. So it's made you be overly guarded with yourself. And it's also been something that has damaged relationships in your life. But I see that you have done the work, and that you have all of this beautiful hope and reason to feel that your life can be restored. I do see soulmates around you. I do see a journey that is up ahead. And I do see that this forgiveness and allowing yourself to move on from the past and not letting it taint the rest of your story is going to be the biggest form of you sticking up for yourself. And I see this passion moving through you like a wildfire. I know that it is so difficult for you to forgive, to make that call, to send that message, even if you don't want to hear back from them, even if you wouldn't hear back from them, to say the words, to put it out into the universe, to, if you can't get a hold of anybody, to actually write it down, burn it out into the universe in a safe manner. These are all ways of which you can put out your forgiveness, but even more so, your actions of yourself. It's not that you don't care. You have never not cared. You have cared so much. And I do feel like this has been something that has been completely exploited by other people. Whether or not it was malicious, I'm not sure of. But it doesn't really matter in this instance if it was malicious or not, because it still hurt you. And it was still something that was very much part of your journey, your actions, and your decision making. And I think that now you are seeing this and how it has affected your life so greatly, and how it has continuously almost twisted that knife internally with you. How it's held you back, how it's held you back from making those changes and decisions and loving the way that you've wanted to love in your life. You're finding your purpose and your passion again, and I see all this information, all this power coming back towards you. It feels really good. So, final card, Spirit. This is something where the ball's already rolling. I think that it's hard for you to keep up momentum because you don't know how much more of this lesson you're going to have to learn, or how much more you have to grow. It's very intimidating, I get it, but I want you to trust me that it's going to get easier. I want you to face your fear on this and push through this. I don't want you to try and bypass it. You've grown. It's not going to go on like this forever. It does have its expiration date, and things are going to get better. And you are more than ready. The thing is, you're about to make your offer. Life is about to make an offer with you, and you are going to make your offer in life, whether it's romantic, non-romantic, situational, career, whatever the thing is. You're about to make an offer because you're ready. And this might, for some of you, again, involve travel. Okay. You have your confidence back, baby. You have everything that you need. You're standing in your truth. You have really come to the table. You've arrived. I hope that this made sense. If you have questions about booking a private session, go ahead and reach out in the provided email address. Also, ask about services, pricing, discounts, time zones, availability. I really look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. The debt's paid off. Enjoy this. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. Why isn't this lighting? There we go. Look, I can do things. I can do things. I believe in this. I mean, my ability to light stuff, yes, but also really do believe in the messages I deliver. So, if you found your way across this, what do you need to know? What brings you here? Look at the smoke that I can do. All right, you, what's up? Okay. We're gonna use Rider Waite. Something is coming in very fast. Something is coming in very swiftly. So, ooh. Huh. It looks like something is not lots of masculine energy around this, but it also looks like there's a fast shift that is happening in what seems to be connections, and it looks like there's a lack of information that is coming in, and it looks like it's an issue with self-control. It looks like somebody might be incredibly triggered with the events that are going on around them right now. It looks like they're focused on what seems to be a karmic situation, the wrong thing, whatever it is. They're having a real struggle mastering themselves right now because it looks like they're looking at outer circumstances to help with the mastery. No, this is all going to come from you and within you. And it looks like you have to take a very real look at things, probably within yourself. And I think that this is something that causes a huge emotional reaction out of you. And I'm getting that from the wand energy in this. Sometimes this can be passionate, can be sensual, but I'm not getting any of that. I think that it's incredibly overwhelming right now. So this is what's seeming to be very fast moving energy. It may go out just as fast as it came in, but it's definitely ruffling up your world. So this is a habit that needs to be broken. We're going to look at this one. Yeah, this is going to come out just as fast as it came in, and it looks like it's going to be as different as night and day. It's important that you work on standing up for yourself, holding your ground, your territory. Get quiet, be with yourself for this. This isn't going to be healed by outside circumstances. This is almost like a brush fire in your life. I do hope that that made sense. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. What do you need to know? All right. Very serious beginning taking off with something that is very fulfilling for you. I feel very excited for you with this. Even though my face is kind of calm with it, I'm actually very excited for you. So what is this? The Empress. 1, 2, 3. This is a really cool build-up. I think that this is going to be something that this is part of the reading before this. It's emotionally fulfilling. It is a new start. Very crazy, awesome new start that I think is coming in sooner than you expected. This may have been something where you got the ball rolling, and now it's kind of like that boulder in Indiana Jones that's chasing after you. I think it's the Temple of Doom. That's what I'm feeling. This is coming at you way sooner than you expected. You know what? You kind of set it in motion to behave this way. This is going to lead to major rewards on your part. Whatever this new cycle is, it is everything. It is emotional, it is thriving, it has so much potential, and I think that that will be lived through because look, we're getting over whatever this, we're starting to look at the cup that life wants to give us, the cup that you've been calling out for, your chalice even. It is kind of the cup of life, but you are deciding what it is made of, what is in it. It starts off from such a place of simplicity. It looks like whatever the past part of this, the karmic situation, it left you horrendously insecure and unable to make a decision, and it made everything feel like you had nothing to give but everything that anyone would take from you, if that makes sense. And I think that you're over the overextension with yourself, and I think that you know how to pull back your energies. So this feels really good. This feels like the insecurity that you are facing. I think that this is an emotional projection from somebody else who was kind of dictating where things were going to go in your life, who had unrightful possession and authority in your life. You're pulling away from it and you're starting something very new and fulfilling, and it feels like an emotional release. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message, so listen with an open heart and an open mind. What do you need to know? This is a general collective reading. Don't ever foresee to fit your life. But if you found your way across this, what might you need to hear? What's this? Morning affirmations. It all begins with you, the way that you talk to yourself, for God's sake. So, yeah, we can work with the positive affirmations. Let's see. Synchronicity. You're putting it out there, but the thing is, you keep getting the answer. It may be something that is maybe not so obvious, but it's meant to be a sign of comfort. What you want is on its way to you, but the point is, it hasn't apparently come to fruition right now. It might be something where the ball's already rolling and may start to get this climaxing feeling with it. Get your head out of the gutter. It feels like it is coming to a climax. However, your loved ones are safe and protected by heaven, and then explore your options. So it is on its way to you, but what can you do to meet it halfway? So there's more that can be done on your part. I see that this is, one of those things where you take one step towards the gods and they'll take 10 towards you. So instead of feeling like you have to sit still, what can you do to draw this in? What can you do to solidify this? What can you do to make everything come to a head? This is protected. It's not going anywhere. There needs to be something more that is done right now. So it's time for you to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities and start to take action. Inspired action even. So if something is like coming out of nowhere and it's telling you a directive, okay, go over here, do this, do that, do the other thing, make this call. If this is something that is coming at you randomly, understand that first and foremost, it is not random. It is never random, and act on that action. Dream big. Again, that thought process of one step towards the gods, they'll take 10 towards you. One positive thought about yourself and how this can be fulfilled and what it feels like to be where you want to be. And that is going to start to blossom even faster. I feel like you're stepping into almost a VR experience all of its own. Does this make any sense? You are really entering into the world, and it's with each intentional thought and step and words of action that you speak about yourself. I really hope that this made sense. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. What do you need to know? Gracefully aging. What about it? Adult children, listen. If you're worried about your parents or if you're worried about yourself, don't. Body changes. It looks like there is a lot of strain that is going on with the body right now. You're experiencing a lot of things that may be very uncomfortable with you and moving into a new experience. So I'm pulling these right now. Heavenly signs, realizations, and epiphanies. And something leaving. You're experiencing a lot of unease in the body, something that needs to be retired in your life. You are leaving, you are moving on to the next phase. You are being pulled in a new direction. You are being pulled to a certain behavioral action, but I also want you to know this isn't going to be your undoing. This isn't going to be the thing that casts you out into what seems to be oblivion, into exile even. I want you to pay very close attention to where this discomfort is showing up in your body. Whether it's a toe, toenail, maybe it's your nose, maybe it's your head, maybe it's somewhere in the chest cavity. Regardless, I want you to pay attention to what that sign or synchronicity is and what it is telling you and how it feels in your body, because it's giving you an indicator of what needs to come up inside of you to be confronted right now and move you in a new direction. So you are going to realize how much of this you have actually held on inside, how it has altered your view, and how irrelevant it is to your life right now, which is why it is so desperately important that you look at whatever it is that's popping up in your life, dissect it like you wouldn't believe. And then after you do that, you will be able to see how much you have grown, how you can move on, and how you are ready for the embodiment of this next phase in a very physical sense. It's not just about a mental breakthrough. I see a physical breakthrough happening with you. So breathe, trust the process. The adult children is your responsibility, very much your own. I really hope that this made sense. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. This was somehow split and separated from the bottom of the deck. So we have love and mother that is going on. All right, so love and mother. For some of you, this might be your connection to your actual mother or unconditional love. Yeah, everything is coming at a standstill right now. All right, it seems like everything is slowing down, but I want you to know that you have found what you've been seeking out on the situation. So I don't want you to talk yourself into some sort of compromise with what's going on. You know what you want. It is time for you to go after it. What I'm seeing is an absolute divine connection situation, adoration. It seems to be something where there is a lot of emotional fulfillment that is coming out of this, but it looks like the fusion of two ends that are meeting at one. And this feels like unconditional love and nurturing, and it feels like emotional fulfillment on one and the other's part. So we have a pause, don't compromise. Why are we seeing the pause right here? Is it time to reflect? Yes, it is time that you reflect. That is the entire purpose of it. The pause is not meaning that there is no action being taken. I want you to look back at everything that it is that brought you here. Whether it was a person or some sort of situation, every hardship or lesson that life has bestowed upon you, I want you to take this time to reflect on it. So then we have steady progress is going to be kicking back up after this time of introspection. I think that this will probably be something that is going through the day. So wherever you're finding this, I'm recording this at a time where everybody is experiencing a lot of sense of heightened irritableness. So I want you to take that for what it is. It is not something where you lash out, even though you might want to. It is time of, I guess, picking it apart and looking back. Faith. One more card, Spirit. What is this? Triumph. I feel really good about what this is that has come into your life. And I think that this is something that was completely unexpected and yet desired all the more. Well, all the while, all the more, although whatever it is. But have faith that you will come out of whatever this little pause is, whatever this irritability is, and you are going to not only master the situation, but the love and the unconditional love aspect of it is going to be thriving more than ever. So let's see what this is. Steady progress. It's going to take time and effort for you to climb yourself out of what seems to be that emotional hole, because it is a time of reflection. But I want you to know that this isn't going anywhere, and the steady progress is, it's more for your benefit. If you found your way across this, chances are you need an archetype card. We're going to be having them fly out already as soon as I split the deck. Listen, warrior. Let's look. So this is the power that you're invoking. So strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego, or ego if you know. But anyway, no, it's not that. I was going to make a waffle reference and I just kind of crashed and burned on that one. So anyway, here we go. Warrior. What about the warrior? You are tough enough, strong enough. And we have the mediator. There are these two companion. dilettante, and the dilettante is in reverse. I know I'm probably saying it wrong, so pretension to deeper knowledge than you actually possess. Yeah, pretension. So then a gift of negotiating fairness and strategy in both personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. So whatever the challenges that's going on in your life, I do not feel like you are doing it alone. I do feel like there is a very deep soul bond that is going through this with you. And it looks like it's something that is talking you out of a very dark mindset in your life. So I think this might be either you having this conversation with yourself or some sort of kindred spirit that is around you. And what I see here is you actually starting to face what seems to be that shadow work of maybe you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's all a big joke or a big game and that you're just kind of self-deceiving. Maybe everything is an absolute lie. This seems to be something that you are struggling with right now. And somebody around you is pretty much looking at you going, no, I know that this is struggling, but knock it off. This is very real. So you're going through a very emotional and challenging time, but you're not alone in this dark with it. It seems to be that you're being open to listen. It's like you want life to prove to you that everything is real, it's worthwhile, and that all you've invested in this is not for nothing. And life, it's only too excited to step up to this. Yes, whatever this is, you have a loyal person or a loyal mindset that is really kicking into gear that is going to support you and get you out of this funk. Not because they're dragging you out of it, but because they are showing you and being a conduit or a channel or even a leap for you to actually see that something is going to stick around. Yeah, you're not doing it alone. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. What do you need to know? Vegetarian and vegan, and then we have the singing and dancing. Okay. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Archangel Raphael, integrity, emotional sensitivity. Yeah, it's talking about the strenuous challenge that everybody's been going through. You want to know why it's happening? These are growing pains, very sensitive growing pains with you. Your sensitivity does not mean that you are by any stretch of the imagination weak or unable to handle something. You're handling it rather well. What is going on is you're getting on a higher vibration, so you have to confront whatever this low vibration is, and this is something that is getting under your skin, kind of aggravating you. And the thing is, the aggravation comes from a place of opposition, because first off, you want to let your heart sing. You want to follow some sort of light in your life. You want to fall into purpose, and you are. But the opposing part of this wants to hang on to you, wants to keep you stuck with it. And the agitation that you're feeling is the internal battle of letting go of this very low vibrational energy. So your intuitive feelings and listening to them, I really want you to sit down and actually listen to it. It does feel like it's not what you think. It's not the monster that you think it was. It's more like the pain of something of your life. So the integrity of it, the painful part and the deception is seemingly trying to play on your integrity. Like, who are you to move on? Who are you to move past this? How can you leave this pain behind? Did it mean nothing to you? No, it means everything to you. You're a beautifully sensitive person. To allow yourself to move on from what this emotional battle is, it's not saying that it means nothing. What it's saying is, first off, you are being supported in your healing, and something, even of a higher realm is dragging you out of this. And also, you have to learn to really honor and respect and not bury your emotions deep down, because your deep-seated feeling emotions are not a burden. They're one of the many beautiful attributes of you that make you such an incredible person, healer, and person of purpose in life. So this, you have the support coming through it, which is why you can't turn your back on it. I hope that made sense. If you find your way across this, chances are you need a mini message, and it's all about release. What do you need to release? I don't know. We'll see. If you find your way across this, there's something that you need to let go of. But we shall see. Grasshopper, what do you need to let go of? Your nerves. You've been getting whatever it is through sound. So it seems to be, I want you to pay attention to what you hear when you are not necessarily paying attention, when you're not actively seeking it out. Do you hear something above the general sound around you? Do you hear almost the words stand out from a song from a particular part? These are all things that Spirit is trying to get your attention with, and is trying to get you to release something. And I know that you're afraid of whatever this is. However, your subconscious and your higher self are gently nudging you in the direction of moving on from whatever this message is. The crown chakra, pay attention to your ideas. And then we have this, everything about this is a past life issue, whether it's a past phase in this life, a closing chapter that you just did, or maybe even issues that have transferred over through the generational or through the spiritual. But I want one more card, and what is it? You've been getting a lot of insights. You've been seeing, hearing, feeling a lot. First off, you're not going to be punished for it in this lifetime. But also, you can really trust yourself with the signs that you are getting, as long as it's not coming from a place in here. It's not the heart, it's anxiety that you're holding in your chest. If you are feeling this in your gut, it's not going to be something that terrifies you. It's going to be something that ignites divine inspiration. So let's look at this. What do you need to let go of in order to embrace these new intuitive and manifestational faculties? And what is the fear of letting it go? Again, this is coming in from a past life issue. I think that it's also a fear of whatever the insights are and how they come about, how they could work to your detriment. When you had followed this in the past, it led you down a deep, dark path, or it actually led to your undoing. Again, this isn't going to happen in this lifetime. You are very insightful. You do have a vision. You are a teacher. You are here to give guidance. You are somebody who moves with the flow of life, and now it's time that you let go of that branch and get back into that flow, and know that you are going to be protected in whatever stream that you happen to go down or go through. But whatever your fears are, whatever your hang-ups are, it's time to release those, but I want you to pick them apart before you do.